California has spent tens of billions of dollars trying to tackle the state's homelessness issue over 5 years, but it looks like no one bothered to track if the programs were actually working. According to a new report from California's state auditor, the Golden State doesn't have reliable data to fully understand the program's success or failures, despite the massive investment, all while the homelessness crisis seems to be getting worse. Let's talk about this now with California State Assemblyman Josh Hoover, a Republican who requested this audit. Mr. Hoover, good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. How is it possible that billions of dollars in taxpayer money for the homeless was not even being tracked to see if it's actually being effective, and what went wrong?
That's exactly the questions we asked when we requested this audit. We have spent $24 billion taxpayer dollars in the last 5 years. During that same time frame, we have seen a 32% increase in our homeless population, and California is now home to 49% of the nation's unsheltered homeless. The premise of our audit was very simple. We're spending these billions of dollars, we're not getting the desired results. So where is that money going, and how could it be put to better use?
What do you believe will actually fix this issue?
Well, look, we clearly need more transparency. We will not see real accountability on homelessness until we get more transparency. The audit found very clearly that the state is not tracking any of the programs that it is spending money on. Neither are the local governments that were audited as well. That is a very troubling finding, and the legislature needs to start by mandating new reporting requirements on these agencies.
Now, the report notes that California had more than 180,000 homeless people last year, most of them unsheltered, up 53% from a decade earlier. And federal data shows that 30% of America's homeless population is in California as of 2022. What do you think is actually driving those numbers?
Well, look, in California, we have failed to solve our homelessness crisis. We have used spending money as the metric for success, as opposed to actually figuring out if any of the spending is even working. And we're seeing that in the numbers. You know, the other part of this, by the way, is that this is not just a housing crisis. Housing obviously is part of the solution, but this is also a mental illness and a substance abuse crisis, and we are not doing enough to address it.
Mr. Hoover, because it's multifactorial, I think it can make it even harder to actually tackle. Just to be transparent, I lived in the Bay Area for years. I know you're from the Folsom area, so this is not an area or an issue unique to Northern California. Southern California also experiences the same problems. Are lawmakers beholden to the idea that they should just keep spending more money on the crisis when the number of homeless people keeps going up in both parts of the state?
Well, yeah, you know, the governor just pushed Proposition 1 in California that is another $6 billion in spending, bonds sold, and that taxpayers are going to have to pay back. We are just doubling down on the same failed approach that we have been using for the last 5 years, and I think it's time for a change in California.
Last question I have for you before I let you go. The audit did point out that 2 of the programs are likely cost effective. That would be converting hotel and motel rooms into housing and the housing assistance program. So there is some hope or promise there, right?
There are certainly a couple programs that look like they're doing a good job. I think the more concerning finding was that 3 of the 5 programs didn't even have enough information for the auditor to even assess their effectiveness. That's what we really need to figure out in California.
And like you said, Mr. Hoover, we need to figure out where this money is actually going. You still live in one of the most beautiful states in the country. Assemblyman Josh Hoover, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.